We're getting there. We're getting there, guys. Just wait. We'll get there. My camera literally turned off. Right when I went live, my camera turned off from being idle. Welcome back, Lexurious Fleet. We're gonna have to turn down the intro music. Always sounds good. Love the intro music, love the outro music. I'm sure you guys do as well. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Hope everyone had a great month of November. It's done already, guys. It's Advent, it's Christmas season. Holy cow. Hopefully everyone got their goodies for Black Friday. Cyber Monday's tomorrow. I thought about doing a video tomorrow for the best Cyber Monday deals for like automotive accessories, you know, things like that. I think I hear the kids yelling, which never happens. The kids are always in bed like 6:15 to 6:30. They never stay up after that. They never fight or argue. Like, it's once in a blue moon. Speaking of moon, it's a full moon tomorrow night. My kids are notorious for giving us a hard time the night before a full moon. Explains everything. The more I talk, the more I learn about myself. I hope everyone's doing well. We have a lot of news to cover. I'm going to kill the music because I can't hear myself talk. And we're going to get on over to the look of the Tundra. Now, of course, this is a render. But guys, I am not a fan. I like the headlights. There's no doubt. I do like the headlights. Yeah. The grill, though. Now, can the grill grow on me over time? Of course. Now, of course, this is also not production. But I wanted to start today's live stream with discussing the potentiality of this actually being pretty close to what the new Tundra looks like. And I hope everyone's doing well. Cheyenne's here, Leo's here. Thank you guys. Everyone's Sykes-a-Pop, Rob G, Jonathan, Noel, Mario. I know a lot of you guys are tuning in from all over the world. McLovin's in the house. So I'm talking about Jaden. Did I say Noel already? Mario Striker's in the house. KP. I'm sure I missed Jamal's here. R Anand is here. Thanks, guys. Dan. How's everyone doing? Redman. Is Method Man in the house too, Redman? Hope so. But yeah, Steven's here. Do I watch F1? I do not watch F1. I never was raised with F1. It's not an American pastime by any means. I don't know much about NASCAR, but what I do know, I feel like I know more about NASCAR than I do F1. So there you have it. Most Americans really, you may be American yourself asking that question, but I'm saying it's like, yeah, I have had a lot of European friends in my life, and like F1 was a big deal to them, but like it's like it's never talked about here. It's never even covered. It's never even showed on TV or anything. It's rare. So hope everyone's doing well tonight. Pronounced Noel. Okay, sorry, Noel. TRD dude, what's up? Levert Alexander. Trevor's in the house. Nyamka, Georgia. Nyamka GA. Hello from Mongolia. So GA does not stand for Georgia in your case. Nyamka from Mongolia. Bless you, man. Hopefully it's not too cold there for you yet. Try to stay warm. Holy smokes. Jeff is in the house. So you guys haven't really said a whole lot about the Tundra, which is fine. But we need to talk more about the powertrains. And I feel like I did a video today. Not the Volkswagen video that I did today, but I recorded a video today. And I took probably 4 or 5 different takes on it. I couldn't figure out how to talk. I was getting so frustrated. The kids were like, making fun of me, it felt like. I could not get my act together. I don't think I'm going to publish that video. I wasn't happy at all. It would probably show through if I like uploaded it tomorrow. I didn't finish it, but most of it's done. I was talking about the battery situation and the hybrid and plug-in hybrid situation in Japan for a lot of Japanese automakers, and how impossible it is if you want like a Honda E or a RAV4 PHV. What was the other one? Oh, the Lexus UX 300. All those vehicles are like impossible to get if you're in Japan. And really, for most parts of the world, those vehicles are impossible to get. But it's just crazy that you can't even put orders in for those vehicles. They don't even know when they're going to accept orders for those vehicles. It's just a complete crap show. And it feels like Toyota and Honda just made some of those really amazing either plug-in hybrids or fully electric vehicles to be just compliant, to generate buzz, but they're not coming in any sort of volume. However, the RAV4 plug-in hybrid Prime is supposed to get 20,000 units for the United States next year, which is still laughable because they sell over 400,000 RAV4s in the United States. And I think the majority of them are actually the hybrids, not the plug-in hybrid. So that was a big talking point. I did talk about a little bit about GM and their plans for electrification, and Ford's Mach-E got specific ranges for their models from the EPA. So I talked at length about that in the video today, but I just couldn't get my words together. It was so disjointed. It was a mess. So I figured I'd just talk about it on the live stream, and I'm going to do probably a video on the Land Cruiser tomorrow. Kind of like everything we know about the upcoming Land Cruiser, because that gets me way more excited. I can definitely talk at length about the Land Cruiser for a long time. And of course, you guys, if you're watching this stream, more than likely you've seen me talk about this spreadsheet over and over and over. And of course, that is going to be applied to the Land Cruiser as well. I don't see the powertrains differing that much. Maybe for the Lexus LX, possibly they could differ. But yeah, I feel like I've been ranting on for a bit. Jamal sent me a 2-spot. Keep up the hard work. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day. You just made my day a little bit better. I appreciate that. Some of you guys say the grill is cartoonish on this guy right here. And it looks like a pug to me. I've said that in my video. It looks a lot Darth Vader, a lot Predator. You can say it looks like a Lexus grill as a result of saying it looks like Darth Vader or Predator grill. Or the Bane mask. I mentioned the Bane mask in my video when we got this render. So yeah, I think the headlights are cool. But this just looks like a cheap toy to me. It looks like a cheap Chinese toy that is maybe like an RC car or something. It doesn't look great. And of course, this is not production. We don't have the official images, but someone slapped this together as a render and gives us something to talk about. So Double Down says hello from Mars. Hopefully it's nice and dry there for you. Rear electric motor? No, I don't think it's going to have a rear electric motor. I honestly don't. I think it's going to be more of a traditional hybrid like you see. Let's just look at the RAV4. Let's just look at the F-150 hybrid that just came out. It's got an electric motor between the gasoline engine, the twin turbo V6, and the transmission. There's an electric motor between them. Now, it's not that powerful of an electric motor. I think it's only like 40 to 50 kilowatts, if I remember correctly. And of course, I could look it up, which I probably should since I'm talking about it. F-150 hybrid. So pretty sure it's going to be more along the range of this. They're not going to have an electric motor on the rear axle. It's possible. I just don't see it happening because they would have to come up with something new altogether, or if they were to have a rear motor or electric motor on the rear axle, it'd have to share a lot with the current all-wheel drive hybrids in the Toyota lineup, and none of them are rear-wheel drive bias other than the LC and LS hybrids, and those don't have an electric rear motor. The motor is inside what's it called? Multi-stage transmission. It's kind of between that and the rear wheels. It's confusing. I don't like the multi-stage. I always want to call it direct shift for whatever reason. Goku just saying's in the house. Kurt can be so cruel. What did I say? I've been off today. I'm not gonna lie. I probably said something that was a complete jerk move. But why are cars and trucks so big these days? Because safety standards get more and more strict over time, and Americans get bigger over a time. It seems that way, and people want more space. Bigger is better in a lot of cultures. It's not just American culture, but a lot of cultures around the world, bigger is better. And that's American culture in general. I know there's, younger people like myself and younger, and there are exceptions with a little bit older people as well, where they're tending more towards minimalism, making do, and finding happiness with smaller things, more meaningful things than a lot of things. So I feel like that is something that is changing in, I guess, Western culture, but still bigger is better when it comes to vehicles is not going to go away anytime soon, I don't think. Okay, so we went over to the F-150 to look at some of the numbers here. They get a 4 mile per gallon boost, which doesn't seem like much, but it's a 20% improvement, which, let's face it, that's massive in a pickup truck. Okay, so I was right. It wasn't 40 to 50 kilowatts. It's actually 40 to 50 horsepower in that electric motor, which isn't much. That's not much, guys. That's not a whole lot. I think Toyota could definitely have a much, much, much more powerful electric motor assisting its twin turbo V6. Now, this is what it needs to beat here, guys. Hopefully you can see that. Yep. It needs to beat 430 horsepower and 570 pound-feet of torque. Now, based off of the extrapolations I have made, which are just guesses, based off the current hybrid technology, not this hybrid technology that's going to be in this pickup truck, because we haven't seen it before. So I can just guess, but it would be a pretty uneducated guess. But I extrapolated based off of the current Toyota hybrids, and this is how I got the twin turbo V6 numbers. 470 horsepower combined. Now, don't know what type of motor they're going to put in. There's some theory. There's a lot of theory work, a lot of speculation on my part, but they could definitely have more horsepower than 430. They could definitely have a lot more pound-feet of torque. This is, again, speculation, but these are the numbers that Toyota needs to beat, or at least be comparable on, is 430 horsepower, which I don't think is an issue, because the twin-turbo V6 itself should make 400 horsepower easy, and then 570 pound-feet of torque. They should be able to get close. I think, what we're also hearing is 30 miles per gallon. That would be unreal if they're able to get 30 miles per gallon. I just find that kind of hard to believe, but I'd love to be blown my socks off for 30 miles per gallon on a truck. Goku just saying would definitely like to see an air ride assist for towing to keep the tail end up. That would be cool. We see air ride assist on the LX 570 and the GX 460. So it's definitely a possibility. Have I heard of the Candy K27? Well, that's a Chinese electric car, right? Candy K27. We're going from full-size pickup trucks to small electric cars under $10,000 from China. 59 miles of range. Yeah, I mean, it has a purpose. I'm sure some people are very interested if they have short commutes. Yeah, it doesn't get me excited, but I guess it's kind of cool. I'm sure there's a market for it. I'll just say that. Let's see here. Going back to the spreadsheet. Hey, Kirk, Candy EV is from Geely, a Chinese automaker who owns Volvo. Yep. Can you check out their car called the Candy come to the US with a starting price of $10,000? Okay, well, I can cover it a little bit more. I'll go to the official website here. There it is. It looks like a Mini. No, an Alpha. Gosh, what is it? Like a Fiat 500 is what I'm trying to say. Looks like a Fiat 500 in some ways. Kind of like a Mini in some ways too. I think it's ugly as sin. What do you guys think? Is this hideous to you? But it's a $10,000 car. You know, I can't be too hard on it. Doesn't look terrible from the side though. I mean, it's cute, I guess. Let's check out this interior because $10,000 car, what are we expecting? It looks like almost looks like a Toyota emblem at first glance, right? I mean, you have a digital display in here. You're getting all that for $10K. Shifter up front. It has air conditioning. Has a USB port. That's impressive. That is impressive for $10K. Let's run through the pics. Okay, so I'm sure it has Android Auto. I would hope so. And Apple CarPlay. Oh man, their paint colors do look extraordinarily cheap though. Which, it's a $10,000 car. So, yeah, Fiat 500. Well, you know, we don't get a whole the first picture of the interior is through the glass, which is stupid. Why would you even publish that? The next picture is just a steering wheel in the front console. I mean, you can tell this is all hard touch plastic here. This is not even leather. This is like a fake leather, which my Prius has a fake leather steering wheel, so that's kind of the norm. Oh, look, it doesn't have a push button, which the push button might be an option. But if you look here, it actually has a key and a fake ignition because there's no engine to turn over. Huh. Got a badminton racket pattern on the inside here. But we don't have a picture of the seats. The best picture of the seats we have is from the outside. So I don't expect much from the rest of the interior in terms of, you know, luxury and fit and finish. But the dash and the steering wheel area looks okay. We don't even have the best look of the instrument cluster back here would be a speedometer. Looks like there's a little screen in between, and then you have a tachometer. Do you guys see that? Is that an actual tachometer with a red line and an electric car? What do the Chinese think of next? That's one of my dad's quotes. GB Righty 78. How are you, man? Thanks for coming out tonight. Why buy a 5-year lifespan car for $10K when you could buy a 15-year car for $20 for $20K with more features? I think that's what you mean. That's an age-old question, right? Steven, with the new Acura Type S and newly refreshed Lexus IS, I hope this puts pressure on Infiniti to release a next-gen or heavily refreshed Q50 in the very near future. Well, I mean, with the fact that they just came out with at least the images of the production, I'm expecting it to be the production version of the QX55. I don't see a heavily refreshed. Oh, you're talking about Q50. I read it as QX50. It would be nice to get a redesigned Q50. How long has the current one been out? 7 years? Q50 Infiniti. Some people are saying it's going to be fully electric. I don't know what to believe. I think it would be an absolute crime to kill off the twin turbo V6. Let's go to Wikipedia. It'll tell us. So this has been around since 2013. That's what I said, right? I think that's what I said. Yeah, it would be nice to have a new Q50, but the sedans aren't a big thing. If they have a full electric one, I think that would get people excited about it. But the sad thing is that no one gets that much excited for the 400 horsepower Q50 Red Sport. I don't know if I've actually seen one. I've seen quite a few Q60 Red Sports. I'd love to review those cars one day. If you're listening, Infinity, that'd be amazing. Patrick says, love the Lexus UX 300E. Patrick, if you missed the earlier part of the stream, I was talking about how the Lexus UX 300E, I'll give you guys some more information. They only allocated 137 units for Japan for 2020. Now, the availability started in October, but you can't place an order for the car, even if you want one. And it's a lottery system as well. So you just put your hat in the bucket and hope that by the time they draw, that your name gets drawn. And that's just for Japan. Europe, it's different. China, I'm sure it's different. I'm sure the volume's much higher over there, but it's crazy that the Japanese citizens can't really get their fair share of the Japanese plug-in hybrid and electric vehicles. However, if you want a plug-in hybrid Prius Prime, that doesn't seem to be an issue over there. That's easily available. If you want a plug-in hybrid Eclipse Cross, those are widely available, which is funny because that car just came out, but there's no waiting, maybe a couple month wait, something like that, once you place your order for an Eclipse Cross plug-in hybrid or an Outlander plug-in hybrid. So, but the UX 300E, we'll never see it here in America. It's kind of sad. I'd love to drive the car. It's probably the quietest Lexus that Lexus has ever made. And electric vehicles would be incredible. Or I should fully electric powertrains would be incredible in a Lexus car. I can't talk right now. I said earlier my words have been tough today. And the reason is because Lexus, in my opinion, makes some of the smoothest and quietest cars, despite it having an internal combustion engine. I've driven quite a few electric cars that are way louder once you're over like 40 miles an hour than any Lexus. So, anyways, Jacob Whittington, hey Kirk, will the new Tundra still have leaf springs? Well, my gut's telling me no, because in all the pictures we're getting, Tundra, all the pictures we're getting, guys, are the spy shots like this. My face is in the way of conveniently. All the spy shots are of the truck having lots of camo in the rear, and I think they want to hide the rear suspension. So leaf springs could be gone, but we'll have to wait and see what they do. But my gut's telling me the leaf springs are gone. So a nice little upgrade there. Any images of the Toyota 86? No, but our best guess is, of course, the new BRZ, which is a good segue, guys. I think we're going to move on to the next news topic. Not the Toyota 86 quite yet. We're going to talk about the Lexus LS. I made a video this month talking about how poor the Lexus LS sales are and all the reasons for it. Largely the sedan market disappearing, but despite that, other luxury automakers seem to be doing okay with the full-size sedan, where Lexus's LS sales, where they used to dominate, it's completely tanked. So we're just going to go over the numbers and just kind of talk about what the heck Lexus needs to do to resurrect the LS. And if you guys want some Lexus rumors that I've been hearing, so I've been talking a lot about, hopefully, fingers crossed, the LF1 making it to production. And that was the plan from a couple of years ago, that Lexus was going to make it a production car. That plan, from what I've heard, has been put on hold. Okay. And I'm just going to be quiet for a second so you guys can catch up. I'll read some comments and I'll kind of sprinkle in some more. I don't want to, spewed all this information out at once. I want to get you guys to talk about it. But yeah, the LF1, from what I'm hearing, is being placed on hold, which is a gut punch. But it's going to be okay. And I'll get into that in a little bit. Lexus UX E seems like an E-quota vehicle more than a full-blown production vehicle. Yeah, I would agree. Rest in peace, Lexus GS. Rest in peace, homie. Rest in peace. Here's the LS sales. And I was hoping, that they could not replace the LS. I don't think they'll ever replace the LS. The LS doesn't sell at all in Europe, and they still have it there. So they're not going to replace LS. It's like, we need the LS for us to be a true luxury brand and compete with the Germans. So they're never going to give up this segment. But look at this. It's fallen on its face. And, in the early 90s, it was selling like 40K a year. And gosh, we're at 5K a year in 2019. It's going to be 2,000 to 3,000 in 2020. Yeah. Tim is saying, not the LF1. I know. I've been excited for it. When they brought that vehicle out as a concept, it looked pretty dang close to a production car. It was incredible. Like the LC500, even though they didn't plan on making the LC500 a production car. When they came out with the concept, Akio Toyota forced Koji Sato. He's like, you need to freaking find a way to make this vehicle a production vehicle. And Koji Sato found a way with his team of engineers, and now he's what is he? Global president, Koji Sato. So he's worked his way up through the company. But yeah, he's worked on a lot of things. I think he also worked on the GS. Rest in peace, GS. Let's probably say it 100,000 times in this video. Rip Lexus V8. Yeah. That's something else I might be able to sprinkle your guys' way with some Lexus murmurings here. GR Camry rumors? No, come on. Do I have any news regarding the BRZ 86 disastrous recall from last year? No, I don't. Do I think the new Tundra will have optional IRS and the three? I don't know what IRS means. Sorry. I've told you, words have been tough for me. I've been able to figure things out very quickly today. It's probably super obvious. And okay, but you say the 300 series Land Cruiser will have it as standard. Patrick, I wish I knew what IRS is, because it's probably really obvious. It's just not dawning on me. All right. Goku Just Saying says Lexus could resurrect sedans as full EVs once they figure out the battery pack and electric motor setup. Yeah, but that could be 5 to 10 years from now. Independent rear suspension. Yes. I think that it will. If they're ditching the leaf springs, I think they would have a better suspension back there. Thanks for helping me out with the IRS, guys. Not the Internal Revenue Service. Is that what that is? The governmental company that makes us pay taxes. Everyone's favorite thing in the world. Let's see here. Sykesapop says LS seems to have an F-150 syndrome against the S-Class. No variety. Yeah. That's a big part of it too. No innovation, no excitement in it. No plug-in hybrid. Like, what the hell? That's the LS is your flagship. That's your flagship product. And you don't even put a plug-in hybrid in it when you bring out the vehicle. That would have been the perfect time in 2018. You unveil the new LS, and it's like, oh man, you know, the V8's gone. Rest in peace, V8s. But okay, so we get this underpowered hybrid, 354 horsepower hybrid that no one got excited about for, and they don't sell any. My God, they don't sell, and they don't even make any because they know there's no demand. There would be more of a demand for a plug-in hybrid. People want cutting-edge technology. They want to have an electric driving experience nowadays in a $100,000 flagship vehicle. Mercedes has figured that out. I'm sure BMW has figured that out. I don't really know a whole lot about BMW. I don't follow them a whole much, but yeah, no plug-in hybrid. You put a plug-in hybrid in the Prius. You put a plug-in hybrid in the RAV4. You put a plug-in hybrid. Is that it? Is that it so far? I think that might be it. My goodness. They haven't primed anything else, have they? But that technology should be in the flagship luxury brand, and it's not. Yeah, it's a head scratcher. Complete head scratcher there. Ooh, guys, you're getting me fired up. We're talking about Lexus. It's only a matter of time before I get fired up. We're talking about Lexus. You should send a rant video to Lexus. Well, it's all out there. You know, this is all public. People can watch it. Lexus can watch it. I'm sure they have at times. They're not worried about me. I'm just an ant. I'm just a peon. They could care less. But no one wants Lexus to succeed. There's probably no YouTuber out there that wants Lexus to just kick ass more than I do. It's probably no, but since I care so much, I also am the first one to condemn and call out their shortcomings. So what's this video? Owner Osterk says, what's this video going to be about? Well, there's a lot of, at the end of every month, I started a live stream, and that live stream covers the biggest news topics of the month of November, which is, you know, this month's ending. So I'm running through some articles of the biggest news that I felt that I covered this month, and we're just talking about it and talking about cars in general. So at the end of every month, so pretty much it's going to be a New Year's Eve live stream. I don't know if I'm going to do it on New Year's Eve. Definitely not going to do it on New Year's Eve, but maybe the day before, like New Year's Eve, I'll do a news update next month. So it'll be episode 103 of Second Lap. And Second Lap is my clever name for running through the news for the month again. So hopefully that answered your question. Mario Strikers gotta go. Good night. Good night, Mario. Sweet dreams, bud. Take care. Thanks for coming out. Trent Dan says Lexus is junk these days. Come on, you're just trolling me. You're just trolling me. They may be boring, but they're the farthest brand from junk. Okay, so Nicolay says right after that, Lexus isn't junk. Just outside of the RCF, it's gotten bland. PJ, what's up, man? Thanks for coming. Thanks for the 5 spot. How you doing? Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. We're just talking about the Lexus LS right now. If you just came into the chat, we're talking about the Lexus LS. And what is it? Hold on. I think that's my neighbors. You guys might have heard that, but typically not a lot of noise I hear up in my office at nighttime. So it's kind of weird if I hear something. So maybe I'll have 1 ear free. Like craziness is going on outside. I live in a really nice neighborhood, so there's nothing for me to worry about. But okay, Sykes-a-Pop says December 30th. Mark it in your calendar. I don't see why I won't stream on December 30th. Okay. Byron Nasim, who do you see dominating mainstream electric vehicles with actual quality control? That's a great question. Well, Tesla's not doing it. You know, the NHTSA is investigating them right now. I talked about that in yesterday's video due to their faulty suspensions. we'll see what that investigation comes out. They might say, oh, we didn't find anything, or there wasn't enough evidence. Yeah, we'll wait and see. We know Tesla's fit and finish isn't perfect, but full quality control, who's going to be the best to do it? Well, it's hard to argue that the Japanese wouldn't be the best to do it when the time comes. It's just, are they going to be too late? Is it going to be too late? I don't think so. I think Toyota's plan to be slow, steady, mass produce hybrids and plug-in hybrids, then electric vehicles is going to be a really successful strategy for them and for Honda. I think Honda wants to do that route as well. Fuel cells an afterthought, especially here in America, but it could be successful in Japan, maybe Korea, as well as Germany and certain parts of Europe. Long-term fuel cell is very, very promising, but in the next 15 years, I don't see it being a thing. Jacob Whittington, any fuel cells news? That's funny that I'm talking about it. Other than the Mirai, I don't have any fuel cell news. I could talk about the Mirai today because that was some news we got this month, but I don't know the specs of the Mirai. It's supposed to get 400 miles of range. It's pretty damn good for an electric car, but the fuel is a problem on that car and the availability of it because of the fuel so limited. So gorgeous car. Should have been the Lexus GS, which I'll probably circle back to Lexus a lot today. Goku just saying I'm having a paranormal activity experience here and things sneak up on him. Guys, you can see the background. So there's probably something back there. Leo says he likes gasoline the best. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's something, I'm going to go off topic a little bit here. That's something I talked about in my video today that I made today. I didn't upload. I'm not going to upload it because I couldn't talk. I was like a bumbling idiot. It was unbelievable. I don't think I've ever been that frustrated editing, or I took like 5 takes. Anyways, one of the things I was talking about is that with all these governments pushing electrification, they're taking the choice away from the consumer. Consumers are buying gas cars for a long time, but with governments banning them, that's taking the whole choice away from the consumer. Now, it's, they're doing it just because they think they're saving the world. They're not saving the world. All cars are polluting the world. Every single one of them is polluting the world. They all come from metals from the ground, destroying the earth. Every single car is a wasteful product. Some are more wasteful than others. Some are more damaging to the environment than others. But telling Mr. Jones in Texas he can't buy a V8 in 20 years from now because it's not clean enough, there's going to be, once this is all over and said and done with, when electrification takes over due to maybe demand, but more than likely legislation, there's going to be a huge aftermarket for keeping gasoline and diesel vehicles alive and around as long as possible. There's no identity, there's no character, there's no customization a whole lot of you can do with electric cars. It's going to, in a large way, kill the car culture. People are going to have to get really creative, and people are creative. But taking the choice away from the consumer is sad. It's really sad. So I hope gasoline engines don't go away anytime soon. I love electric cars. I love hybrid cars. I would love to drive a fuel cell car one day. Maybe not own one anytime soon, but just drive it. I think all these technologies, even the old ones, deserve to be around. So I'm sure I probably set some people off. I'm sure most of you probably think fairly similar, but I can't make anyone happy. And if I was making everyone happy, I'm doing something wrong. I'm being too PC. But being too PC also doesn't make people happy. So there's no point. Anyways, guys, EVs are superior. Yes, there's no doubt in terms of power delivery, smoothness. Battery to tech is the only thing holding it back. I agree, Noel. I agree. Jaguar is trying to get me to talk about politics. I will never talk about politics on my YouTube channel. That's one way to instantly piss off half of your viewers. So I will never ever talk about politics. And politics, they're just there to control us anyways. Are they ever really helping us out in the long run? No, they're a bunch of a-holes. Anyway, that's what my thought about politics. But I'm probably more of a libertarian than anything. I don't want the government taking my money. How about that? Let's see here. Mitchell Hunter, I'm considering waiting to buy a Mazda for when they move to rear-wheel drive. That's exciting. Hopefully they push for the birth of a performance division since Mazda speed died. It would be nice if they're going upscale to have some sort of extra line. Hyundai has their inline. It'd be nice if Genesis has their own, next level line. But these automakers are what I'm trying to say. Why did Genesis has their inline, meaning, Hyundai has their inline. They just created a performance line recently. So Mazda could do it. It would make sense for them to bring it back Mazda speed. But if they're going upscale, they could definitely come up with something that's a little bit more elegant sounding. I don't know. They'll figure it out. Noel says, I love gas burners, but EVs are the future. Yep. Lever Alexander says, EPA sucks. That's why. Well, yeah. Certain people and the government are rolling back EVs at the behest of big oil because they know it would take over in a certain way. That's the thing, guys. It scares me to death to think of fully autonomous and fully electric vehicles. The government could just tap in at any time and take away your freedoms. Let's say if you owe too much debt to the government or something, you have too much student loans and you haven't been able to pay them back or something, and everything's electric, well, guess what? There are cameras all around every single car now. They can just tap into it, find you. If cars are fingerprint, you don't need a key anymore if it's a fingerprint thing. I don't know. That'd be easy to, forge fingerprints, I'm sure, in the future. But telling you, I just think if everything's autonomous, that's one way either for our government or someone else's government or some big brother out there, someone else to take control over your vehicle, to take control of your life. It scares me. So yeah, that's what I think about that. Maybe I'm living in like a Minority Report world or something like that, but you guys probably can see where my fears are based in, right? The minerals used to make batteries will skyrocket in price when the demand increases. It already is. The demand is going to it keeps increasing. Like Volkswagen going full in electric, GM, Ford, all these Nissan, all these batteries are skyrocketing in price, and that's why Tesla's like, screw the middleman. We're going to start making our own batteries because this is getting too damn expensive. We can't make cheaper cars unless we make our own batteries. They've been trying. They just can't do it because batteries get more and more expensive. They're hamstrung by their suppliers. Toyota, if you're doing the hybrid game, it's like they're not as screwed because they need, let's say, a 2 kilowatt hour battery in a hybrid, maybe not even that, where a Tesla has a 70 kilowatt hour battery. So you can make, what is that, 35 hybrids for one EV. That's some food for thought. You can make 35 hybrids for one EV. That's total just, chalkboard math I did in my head. Makes you think, right? So I think Toyota's doing something that a lot of people give them shit for, and I probably am going to get demonetized for saying the S word. It's like when you do live streams, if it's not like 100% clean, in my experience, like it's like, oh, we're not gonna give you full monetization because you said a bad word. I'm not kidding. YouTube watches everything, guys. They watch everything. All right. I'm so far behind in the comments. What is my dream car? Skynet. Oh, I missed so much of your guys' comments. My lord, I was off. Well, if solid state battery, if we can have someone, gosh, Kirk, just spit it out. That was my problem today in my video that I'm not going to ever publish. If we can have a battery, doesn't require destroying the earth, that uses salt water or sand that is widely available. I know Mr. Be Good or John B. Good Enough. He's one of the original designers of the lithium-ion battery. Apparently, he's working on a glass battery. Glass is widely available. You just need a little bit of fire and a lot of sand, right? So, yeah. That's a good idea. Let's make batteries out of things that are not hard to come by. Salt. Sand. I don't know. I'm sure there's other things that you guys know what I'm talking about. Are there specs on the new battery from Tesla? How big the pack will be? I'm sure there are YouTube channels out there that have speculated on the improvements in range and capacity. So, yeah, I'm sure it wouldn't be hard for you to find. My guess would be 20% more range. I could be way off, but that's just my guess. Prius owner, so Cable Well Driller says he's a Prius owner. We use very little gas. Well, I am a Prius owner too. I fill up maybe once a month. I work from home. I leave the house to get groceries or go see my parents or other family at times, which is not very often because of COVID. I don't take my kids anywhere because of COVID. So I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick. Are you guys, and is anyone else sick of being cooped up or sick of wearing masks? I'm pretty sure every single one of us is. I'm ready to get back to normality. I don't know how much longer, guys, we can take this. Don't know how much longer we can take this. It's like I've had family recently that gets COVID. If you're a healthy person, you're going to be okay. It's scary what it can do to a sick person, but that's or with people with underlying conditions. But I'm probably going to get demonetized because I'm talking about COVID. Are you guys sick of it? Are you guys sick of the sickness? Are you guys down with the sickness? Like Disturbed? Are you? Masks make you cry. Yeah, I mean, it's just the worst. Auto body shops are considered essential. Yeah. I mean, what that's the thing. What is considered essential? The government chooses what's essential? That's scary to me. Yeah. There's a lot of political mischievousness going on this COVID control thing. I know people are dying. I don't want to take away from that. It's sad. But I don't think it's as bad as certain powers that be make us want it to seem it is. So anyways, guys, I'm going to be done talking about it because that's all we talk about. It's all we hear about. Let's talk about some freaking news here. I'm going to say a couple things about Lexus before I move on. The Lexus RX, when it gets redesigned, the fall of 2022, think of that as the LF1. I think we'll see a lot of the things we saw in the LF1 and the RX. And I think we could see potentially a fully electric Lexus RX. We'll see. It's the same. Some things I've heard. Don't know if it's true, but I don't think I'm off on that. So, all right. Sykes-a-Pop uses a mask every day, but wasn't. We all have to wear masks, and people still get COVID. So I don't know how much masks is helping. Masks are helping. I'm not an anti-masker. I know that's like a movement. I'm not that at all, but I just don't think a mask is going to retain a virus. You'd have to be in like a hazmat suit to retain a virus from getting out. It's going to get out. It is getting out. People wear masks religiously, and they get it all the time. It is what it is, guys. It's a virus. It's microscopic. You can't see it. All right. Lexus RX electric would be cool. It's pretty sure it's coming, but that's just what I've heard. Not going to say anything else. It's going to be a long time, though. It's going to be a long time. Lock the doors and weld the doors shut. Oh, the arm in the docks. And arm the docks with assault rifles. China did it right. Well, China doesn't care anymore, I don't think. I think China just doesn't care. They lie about anything and everything anyways. So let's see here. Yeah, an electric RX makes a ton of sense. That is their best-selling vehicle. Instead of bringing that, flagship technology to the LS, because the LS is, let's face it, guys, it's a joke. It's a joke at this point. Instead of showcasing that technology on your former flagship, it's still the flagship because of the price, but now you bring those technologies to your best-selling vehicles like Toyota did. They brought flagship technology to the Prius and the RAV4 Prime plug-in hybrids. Now they're going to be bringing flagship technology in the next wave of Lexus vehicles in the form of plug-in hybrids and fully electric cars as well. That's what my gut's telling me. And they're going to be doing it to their mainstream Lexus products. It's not going to be reserved to the LS or something like that. It's going to be for their mainstream cars because that's what people know. That's what people buy. Most importantly, that's what people buy. So they're wising up to it. They're just really, really freaking slow about doing it. But hey, Toyota, Lexus are never the first ones to do it, but when they do it just as well as anyone, if not better. So, all right. New RX. The RX is overdue. Yes, it is. LS 500 hybrid is amazing conception. Don't know, Para. I don't know if you mean what you mean by that. Amazingly low, fuel, or amazingly high fueling economy. Is that what you mean? It's okay. In my opinion, I think it should be better. But this car is a unicorn. It doesn't exist. LS 500H MPG. 2533. That's not that good. Honestly, that's not that good. You can get 30 miles per gallon on the highway in the normal LS with a lot more torque and horsepower and a better transmission. City is definitely better, for sure. There's no denying that. But I don't think it's that much better. And it's going to cost you a lot more too. They say base price here on the LS 500H is $80K. Good freaking luck. If I go to cars.com, we're going to look up LS 500s. All miles from my zip code. And I just looked this up this week. That's why it's already in here. I'm going to move my face. Look at this. There's 3 earlier this week. There's still only 3 LS 500s on cars.com in the entire country. LS 500 hybrids. One's a 2020, one's a 2020, one's a 2019. Now, this one, that's MSRP here, right? I said MSRP, good luck finding one for 80K. Well, here's one at 90K. Price down to 82,555 before incentives. Here's a leftover. This says base. It's funny. This is obviously either a luxury or an executive package. 108K. Lexus of Manhattan. Insane, right? There are 3 LS 500Hs on cars.com. The car doesn't exist. No one's buying it. Jamal, $2. Thanks, man. You want a Corolla GR? I think we all do. Seeing all the videos coming out on the GR Yaris is just unbelievable. People can't have more nice and amazing things to say about the GR Yaris. It's amazing. If we can get that same powertrain, all-wheel drive, option for the Torsen limited slip differentials at the front and the rear, as well as 6-speed manual with a turbocharged 1.6 liter 3-cylinder in a Corolla here stateside. That would be unbelievable. Fingers crossed, guys. What would make Lexus is competitive again with the Germans? Is it in a deteriorating market? What would make so Mitchell's saying what would make Lexus competitive again in a deteriorating market? Well, I don't know what you mean by deteriorating market, because other than the United States, Lexus is growing their market share in every single market outside of here, every major one anyways. So I'm not sure what you mean by deteriorating market. The luxury market here in the United States might be deteriorating, but Lexus is stayed at about 300,000 units for the past few years. They've kind of plateaued. So $100K for a CVT. It's not just a CVT. It's a multi-stage with 4 real gears. It's a real first gear, then it simulates the next 2. So like half gears. I'm trying my best with my fingers. This one is a real gear, and then it simulates the next 2. This one is a real gear, so gosh, I can't do it. Anyways, it's first, fourth, 7th, and 10th gear. First, 4th, 7th, and 10th gear, I believe, are actual physical gears. Every other gear inside of that is simulated with a CVT. So it's very complex. Obviously, I can't even figure it out on my fingers. Toyota could make an inline 6 out of the GR Yaris engine. They can make a V6 out of it. But they could also make an inline 6, you're right. You're right. That would be amazing. Dan says, I'd be happy with the newer version of my 07 Corolla. Sounds like a fun idea. Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. If you had a GR Corolla, I think, excuse me, I think I know what you mean. DJ pleasure seeking missile. Sounds like a complex diarrhea mix. It is. And that's why I don't think they're going to use it on the TNGA-F platforms. I think they're going to use more of a traditional hybrid with an electric motor between the gas motor or the gas engine and the transmission. Emmanuel, good night, man. Thanks for coming out. 3 a.m. God bless you. Holy cow. What is it? 9 o'clock here? 8 o'clock here? Staying up late. Thanks everyone for coming out, by the way. I don't know if I've thanked you guys yet. Thank you so much for stopping out. I'm a little fiery today if you haven't noticed, but it's second lap. And we've been talking about Lexus. We talked about electric cars. Talked about the EPA. Talked about the IRS. All things to get fired up over, right? We talked about the Rona. The Rona is going to get anyone fired up. So let's keep moving. Rest in peace, Toyota Crown. Rest in peace. Toyota seems to be replacing it with an SUV overseas. Just crazy. It's been around since 1958. Well, I guess 1955. We saw it as the first Toyota here in 1958. It's just sad. And when, I should have expected it when the Lexus GS didn't get redesigned based off the Toyota Crown on the new TNGA-N platform. The writing should have been on the wall that the Crown would be probably axed as well. But if you guys want a TNGA-N platform car, just get the Mirai. They're everywhere. Sarcasm there, guys. We know how to fire me up. It's not hard to fire me up. You should see me watch Husker football. My gosh, the Nebraska Cornhuskers are the worst college football team in the entire world. Seems to be. They've been terrible for so long. Why do I even put myself through such pain, guys? Why would I even put myself? It'd be like being a fan of Nissan and just see them like going just in the toilet and there's nothing you can do. That's being a fan of Nebraska football. And if you guys are a football fan or just a sports fan, we've all been through it where your team is just a hot, stinky pile of garbage. And luckily, I'm also a Chiefs fan. Chiefs just beat Tom Brady and the Buccaneers today, so I'm okay with that. Chiefs are just unbelievable. Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes, can't stop them. Can't stop them. Travis Kelce, so good. Scott Frost can't save us. No. It's like the program's like an old dog that has all sorts of health issues and try to throw all this money at these health issues and may fix it for like a few months at a time, maybe a year, all this money. And then there's another problem. That's what the Nebraska football program feels like right now. It's like a 17-year-old dog that has recurring cysts, cancer, joint problems. It's really sad. And we're throwing all this money at the program, at the coaches, and we're still the laughingstock of probably college football, but definitely the Big Ten. So, Real Cigar, he's a Terps fan. Big Ten guy there with Maryland. Anyways, Arkansas Razorbacks. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Moving forward, Mazda just slaying it in sales this year. The Rona can't hold them back. Look at this, guys. They're pretty much even. They're even on the year over year. They're only down 0.7%. And with the holidays coming, one of the hottest quarters, the fourth quarter is a hot quarter for if you're in the automotive world. They're going to be positive by the end of this. How many automakers are going to be able to say that? Maybe Volvo? Maybe Tesla. Not a whole lot of automotive companies will be able to say that they were positive in the United States for 2020. Mazda is going to be able to do it, I'm pretty sure. Which, by the way, once the end of the year sales results come in, I'm going to have to make so many gosh darn videos in the first week of January. I'm just gonna be like a kid in a candy shop. I'm excited. Sorry if you heard that belch. I got so excited I burped and my voice cracked. That's how excited I am. Sysopop, Kirk working for a Nissan dealership for 22 years yourself. Yeah, you see them. You see the issues. It's hard to fix, man. It's like it's a bunch of lot rot going on. Mazda upcoming inline 6 is going to be huge. I hope so. I'm excited for it. More Mazda, or how the BRZ will obviously blow the doors off every shopping cart in the United States. Infotainment is quite intuitive for Mazda. I hope Mazda, yeah. Leo just said it. I was going to say the same thing. It would be nice if Mazda incorporates a touchscreen. It's not that hard. It's not that expensive. I didn't mess too much with their rotary dial stuff that they have right now. I'm sure they have a name for it, like Mazda Connect or something. But I just plug in an Android Auto and I'm happy. I'm a simple man. But a touchscreen is even better. Touchscreen gives us choices. And to be locked into a certain input method that no one uses on a daily basis, is stupid. And Lexus figured that out. Toyota figured that out. It's like, oh wait, this touchpad thing. Well, I don't think Toyota had the touchpad. So let's just talk about Lexus. So Lexus is like, oh yeah, this touchpad thing that everyone hates. Oh, we'll get rid of it in a few years. And actually, we're not going to get rid of it. We're just going to add touchscreen so people have choice. But that's fine. It doesn't bother me at all. But it took them forever to implement touchscreens again. And again, what? Touchscreen is currently on the RX, the new LS. Guys, you're going to have to help me here. Is that it? Oh, the new IS. New IS, the refreshed IS. So just 3 cars right now in the Lexus lineup have touchpads plus a touchscreen. It'd be nice if the UX were to get it. It'd be nice if the ES were to get it. That's the pretty big volume. NX is definitely getting it in the next redesign. LX will eventually get it in the next redesign, which hopefully in the next couple of years. TNJF platform. Exciting stuff. Guys are talking a lot about the 8.6 right now. So let's move on over and talk about the 8.6. I'm excited for it. Styling is whatever. It's definitely, there's no way you're going to mistake this second generation BRZ for the first generation. This thing has a ton of detail on it. The gills, the nicer headlights, the really nice tail lights. Overall, I think it looks really good. You got the big, we just look at the pictures. Gosh darn it, Kirk. Let's look at the pictures. Is that the biggest? Come on, there we go. We got the GR Yaris wheels. No one's going to forget that. But this large aero piece, these side skirts are loud and proud. This looks identical. Like this part of the car looks identical to the outgoing model. It's not a bad thing because I think it looks pretty darn good. But I do like this tail end. Now, a lot of you guys are saying it looks like a Buick. It looks like the NSX. Whatever it looks like, I think it looks good. Looking at the old Subis there. It'd be fun racing these two. That's for sure. The horsepower, I'm happy with. Horsepower, I am happy with. I was not expecting, I think it's 228 horsepower. Yep, there it is, 228 horsepower. And we got more torque than I was expecting. We all knew the displacement, the 2.4 liter. It's gonna, the torque, where's the torque? There we go, 184 pound-feet. More than I was expecting. I was expecting somewhere in the 170s. Oh, sitting funny for a long time. You know you're getting old when you sit a certain way for a long time and then like it takes a couple minutes for that leg to like work again. Oh man. Michelle Vega, what did you miss? We've talked a lot so far. Quick recap. We talked about the new Tundra. Don't know why that page froze, but it froze and won't let me refresh. We talked about the new Tundra. Here it is. We talked about the powertrains on it just a little bit. I'll talk about it more probably in tomorrow's. We talked about the LS. We've talked about the Rona. We've talked about electric cars. Toyota Crown, rest in peace. Talked about Mazda crushing it. And now we're on the BRZ. Mid-range torque from the NA power is sweet. Well, you said sweat, but I think you meant sweet. I agree. I think the increase in torque is going to be very noticeable. The power is going to be very noticeable. I'm excited for it. It doesn't need a whole lot of power. It's a great platform if you want to turbocharge it. Some of you guys are saying you need to put E85 probably if you want to turbocharge this new engine, but hey, they gave a great Like it's an excellent template for tuners is the BRZ and the 8.6, and they just made the template even better. So I don't, even the MX-5 is a great template as well. But these cars now, especially this one, the Mazda MX-5 was already extremely well rounded. This one now should be almost as well rounded as the MX-5. It'll be a lot of fun to drive it. 300 horsepower would have been nice for the 8.6 or BRZ. Well, there's always that possibility if you're going to do like an STI or like a GR86 or GRMN86. So that possibility is there from the manufacturer. I just don't know if we'll ever see it. Subaru has the engines for it. There's no doubt. They extensively use the turbocharged FA. I think it's the FA24F and the Ascent, the Outback, the Legacy. We'll see it in the new BRZ, not the BRZ, the new WRX and the new STI. So they could do it if they wanted to, and I think they should. I think they should. They did take the torque dip out of the ECU for the BRZ, yes. Well, we don't have a dyno or anything, but there's no way they didn't because this car is not available in Europe. The reason, from what I've heard, the reason why there's that torque dip was for emissions regulations in Europe. Since it's no longer in Europe, guess what? No torque dip. That's what I've heard anyways. Take it with a little grain of salt, but I'm pretty sure that torque dip is gone with this new engine. New Z aftermarket will be insane too. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Too much horsepower would eat into the super sales. 100% agree. Okay. Let's keep moving. The new Civic, guys. Let's look at the pictures of the new Civic. That's really all we got of the new Civic. We got this one picture of the interior. There's one volume knob here. There's no tuning knob, touchscreen. Again, this is just a drawn image. It's not even, I don't even think it's digital. It might be drawn. Or it can be drawn and digital with, the tablet pad things you draw on. You guys know what I'm talking about. Talk to myself a lot if you guys can't tell. And when you live stream, you're pretty much thinking out loud the whole time. It's weird. Live streaming is a weird thing. See, I'm talking out loud again, or I'm thinking out loud again. Live streaming. Who would have thought 20 years ago live streaming would be a thing? I could broadcast to hundreds of thousands of people, which I only have 141 people watching right now. But even you guys are across the world. Who would have thought 20 years ago I could just turn on a camera on my computer and live stream? We live in a fantastical world, and this Honda Civic prototype is okay. Some people don't like it as well as the outgoing design. I think it's neutral. I think it's okay looking. It's a Civic. What do you expect? Some people say it looks like the Cadillac. The S Cadillac. I don't know my Cadillacs very well, so the name's not going to come to me. CT5, Cadillac CT5. But it's okay. I think it's fine. They're going to sell a crap ton of these. It's a Civic. It is what it is. Do I like it better than the outgoing model? Probably. I think the rear taillights of the outgoing model were a little much for me. I'm really excited to see like the new SI, the new Type R. That'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, 20 years ago, we had dial-up internet, right? In 2000, yes. In 2000, we had dial-up internet. Holy cow. You dial up internet in the year of 2000. If you guys are old enough to remember what that sounds like, that weird electronic, like that super strange noise, you'll never forget, because it meant not only was it weird as hell, nothing else sounds like connecting to the internet like dial-up does, but it meant that you're connected to the World Wide Web. It's unbelievable. It was like an exciting intro jingle to the internet. Jonathan Ratcliffe, hey man, will Lexus indeed come with a badass LF1 Limitless? I think it was called. Jonathan, you missed. I talked about this at length earlier in the video. I think they're putting the LF1 on hold. A couple years ago, I was told it was coming to production. I think they have put a pause on that idea, and they're going to bring that technology to their best-selling model in the RX and just give the RX the love it deserves. The RX it sells so much because they've built that momentum over so long. It's a winning formula, but there's nothing about the RX that stands out anymore. So what do they need to do? Well, they need to give it cutting-edge technology, cutting-edge powertrains. So that can mean fully electric, plug-in hybrid, big touchscreens, big digital displays, ambient lighting. I think it's coming. I think we'll see a lot of that in next year's NX, because that is a huge, huge vehicle for the global market as well. So exciting things coming for the Lexus SUVs. Sedans, coupes, it's an afterthought, it feels like. So anyways, new Civic looks better than the cheap models that they made in the past. I think it does in a lot of ways. Mazda 3 destroys the Civic unless you're talking about the Type R. I would probably agree with that. Mark Morrissey just says Kirk. Well, good to see you, dude. Bob Larson. Gen 10 is a spaceship, while Gen 11 looks like another car on the road. Maybe. Napster was a thing. Winamp. Do you guys remember Winamp? Oh gosh, there was some more. There's some more. One started with a K, right? What was the one that started with a K that was like Napster? Oh, anyways. Old people talk at this point. Dial-up did suck, but that's all we had. That's all we had. And it gave us endless opportunities to learn things that we had no idea about. AOL, yeah, the good times, man. That sound is in your nightmares from dial-up. Yep, you'll never forget it. Yeah, 56K modem, dial-up. Oh yeah, I remember installing 56K modems in computers when I was a kid. That's right. Getting that modem upgrade. Toyota Bat. Is it gonna ABAT? I don't know what you mean, Mark, by Toyota ABAT. Is it gonna happen soon? What do you mean? Ripped my old computer that obliterated with LimeWire. BL. War games with Matthew Broderick type dial-up. Yep. AOL CD-ROMs, yep. AOL CDs in the mail. Yep, that's next level. LimeWire is legit. Sykes Pop still has AOL email. That's awesome. People are so apologetic. When I worked at the dealership, so many, right, big surprise that a lot of people would have AOL. Old people have AOL. Not all old people, Sykes Pop, I'm not calling you old, but you might be. If If you have an AOL email address, you might be, you might not be though. But so many people will be like, oh yeah, at AOL.com. And most of the time they'd be like, I know, I still have AOL. Still have that old email. It's like, I'm not gonna judge you for it. Like, I was around at that time, you know? I understand. Once you have an email address, it's like a part of your identity. So Kevin Opar threw me a 5 spot. Kind of random. Thank you, by the way. Thank you, Kevin. The Scion TC driver seat folded flat for sleeping. Anyone know if any other Toyotas did this? Ford is now doing it. I love car camping. I bet someone in the chat probably already answered that. I don't know. Scion was excellent for things like that. Toyota's 4X concept or TJ Cruiser, if the TJ Cruiser ever comes out, that would definitely have folding seats. Our old, man, but driver seat, you don't see driver seat folding down so much. You do see it more often with the front passenger seat, but even that's kind of rare. I'm sure the old Honda Elements did that. My minivan, its front passenger seat folds down, but I don't know of any cars that do that. Scion TC, I love the Scion brand, I'm not gonna lie. It's too bad that Toyota screwed it up. Let it die. But that is a great question. I don't, Netscape, that's going back. Over half of Maine is dead air for cell phone service. Bring back the S2000, amen. Kazaa, Josh Rod. Kazaa, that's what I was trying to, I'm like, that K1. You know, that was like Napster. Yeah, Kazaa. It's kind of like LimeWire as well. That's what it was. Juno's still around? Goodness. Okay, Abraham's talking about the Honda Element had folding seats. I do think the new Civic looks better overall now. Quite a bit. I never liked the old Civic design. That's just personal taste though. So we got to move forward, and we're pretty much done with news though. Right? This isn't Japanese or Korean related, but this is from my video today. Volkswagen is killing the Passat after like 48 years. It's 1974. Something like that. It was a long time. 46 years? Quick math. Kirk math is approximate. Keep that in mind. Kirk math is always approximate. Don't nail me to a tree based off of my quick Kirk math. It's yeah. Gotcha, Sykes-a-Pop. I'm not going to judge you for the AOL. I know you have other email addresses like most people nowadays. Hotmail. I still have a Hotmail email address. It's not my main, but that's what I grew up with. I remember my first email address. I think it was like ssj4kirk@hotmail.com. And if you're an anime fan, you'll know what SSJ4 means. Yeah, that was like early, middle, probably 6th grade. I came up with SSJ4 Kirk or whatever. I know SSJ4 was in it. I think my name was in it too. It was epic email address. Yeah, Passat gone. It's gone, guys. I'm not sad about it. I had zero emotional attachment, but it's a fact that a nameplate is dying. A household nameplate across the world, mainly Europe and the United States, but it's gone. Just vanished. Just taken. Ugh. Just taken from us, guys. I did not see the Scion TC episode of Frisky Dingo. Maybe that's something I need to watch. MP3 players? That's not that old. Like Walkmans with tape recorders. That's where it's at, man. Netscape and Navigator equals still better than Internet Explorer. Well, it's not even Internet Explorer anymore. They realized how bad Internet was, and now it's like Edge. No one uses Edge. I've been using Chrome probably since 2010. Before that was Firefox. Been using Chrome for so long. Let's see here. Nobody buying the Passat. Nope. Nobody's buying it. They're not making any either. It's like it's planned destruction. What do you guys think about Volkswagen and electrification? Would you guys, if you guys were buying an electric car, how about this? If you guys were buying an electric car and, even a better question. If you're buying an electric car, let's say they're all for like $40,000. Would you buy a Volkswagen ID4? Don't worry about specs. Don't worry about specs or range. Let's just say all things are even. All things are even. Price, specs, range. As even as they can be. Would you buy a Tesla Model 3, a Chevy Bolt, or like an ID3 or an ID4? Assuming they're all the same price. If you were buying an electric vehicle, those are your three choices. Now, a lot of you are saying, well, I'll just buy a V8, or you guys would troll me like that. But those are your three choices. Tesla Model 3, Chevy Bolt, or the new Volkswagen electric cars. What would you be most interested in for your first or your next electric car? I think that's a very valid question, very good question, because a lot of people that want a Tesla probably already have one or going to get one no matter what. But a lot of people who are a little bit more open-minded and want an electric car will definitely weigh the pros and cons of different models. So hopefully you guys are a little bit. Everything Google spyware, everything spyware. YouTube was a great idea until Google bought them, and now it blows. Thanks, man. The only way I make a living right now is YouTube. YouTube doesn't blow. Gosh, YouTube is life for me. Literally, YouTube's my life. Crazy. It's not perfect, but I am super grateful. Super grateful that I'm able to do this. It's amazing. Without YouTube, guys, we wouldn't be here together. Think about that for a second. That's a head scratcher. They're not perfect, far from it, but the pros outweigh all the cons. For sure. Honda E. Okay, all right. Yes, Honda E. Let's throw the Honda E in there as well. Okay, I'd probably pick a Honda E as well. Out of those three, Model 3. Leo says Model 3. PJ says Model 3. Abel XC says Model 3. Severin says Tesla. Guchin says Model 3. Aaron says a Volkswagen. I do. Okay, Abraham, I want the ID bus van. That's one I would get. Raising my hand. Me too. I've been eyeing that thing since they announced it. I've always been a big fan of the Volkswagen buses. Like, unnecessarily enjoy them. I don't know a lot about them. I just like how they look. I think they're cool. Call me a hippie, whatever. And when they announced that there's going to be a fully electric version, I'm like, okay, I have a family. Where do I sign? Like, that's how bad I want one. Now, all decisions are emotional, right? All purchasing decisions are emotional. That would be a purely emotional decision for sure. Because that Volkswagen, right? They're known for not being reliable. But man, if Toyota can make a fully electric bus, that'd be cool. Or I should say a van. But it doesn't look like the Volkswagen. We're going to look it up. We're looking up ID Buzz right now. Look at this thing. Come on. Images. Man. My face is in the way again. How cool is that? Guys. That's the small, like, I feel like the ID Buzz or the van, the electric vans, of boxy electric vehicles are one of the few redeeming values of EVs. You get all this interior space, and because so you can really make it your own. You can make it like unique. That's where the car culture can come in. It's where people can feel like I have a one-of-a-kind van. Put some shaggin' wagon carpet in there, you know, with electric cars where you don't have all that extra space. Yeah, because of whether it's a sedan or an SUV, but the boxy nature of an electric van is the opportunities and the ideas and the options would be endless for making it your own, making it a unique creation. Oh, looks so badass. Look at this. Are you kidding me? You can flip the driving seats around. Now, obviously you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't want to do that while you're driving. But let's say, you put your surfboards or whatever on top. Because I'm in Nebraska, I surf all the time. But anyways, I just think it would be amazing. Did you hear of the ID3? Yeah, I know about the ID3. Honda E for cuteness. The Honda E is just it's perfect. It's perfect. I love it. Honda E's a cute bugger. PJ, if you like the cool factor and the technology, Tesla is easy and one of the worst car in the industry. No opinion. Actually, I do have an opinion, but I'm not going to say much. Don't trigger any Tesla fanboys out there. I'm not anti-Tesla, but I would not buy one. You couldn't sell me one for $10,000. I still wouldn't buy a Tesla. Toyota Hiace EV. Now you're talking my language. It wouldn't be as cute as the Volkswagen though. Look at it. I don't know. It just calls to me. I've always liked the old Volkswagen buses. Look at that. Look how cute the one is behind it. Right? It's adorable. Scooby-Doo, exactly. Volkswagen, they paid the creators of Scooby-Doo. They're like, hey, you need to put our vehicle as your transport vehicle so we can indoctrinate the kids. So when they grow up, they'll all want vans for their families. And it worked. Telling you it worked. Volkswagen Space Vision Wagon is really cool looking. Honda E, MX-30 are the only electric cars you'd buy. The rest are all horrendous looking. Yeah, if you guys want to see what Volkswagen Vision, yeah, this one. I showed this in yesterday's video on what could potentially replace the Passat. this would be it. This thing is sick. Look at this. I think it's beautiful. And then here's the ID3. Okay. Okay. That's probably not the production version. But look at this thing. Look at that vision. Whoa, here's a different image. Oh, this is the wagon version of it. Space Vision. So this is the ID Vision concept, which isn't nearly as cool looking. It's okay. It's not bad. I think the wheels look stupid. The wheels look a lot better here. But this one, it's the Space Vision because the space gives you the space of the 5 doors. I get it. I get it, Volkswagen. What TFL? Those guys will explain the cost of a Tesla. You have to tell us why you wouldn't buy a Tesla. I don't agree with a lot of their practices, and I don't know. I'm not sold on their build quality. So that's pretty much why I wouldn't buy a Tesla. I admire Elon Musk. I'm not an Elon Musk. I'm not a churchgoer of Musk. I admire him for his vision and his endless pursuit to attain that vision. I think he's an insanely smart dude. Yeah, I really don't have anything bad to say about him. I wouldn't have named my kid that. I don't think he really knows how to say his kid's name. And he has multiple kids, so I'm talking about his newest kid's name. So that's probably the only thing I can say that I don't like about the man. His poor kid has a name that no one can pronounce. It's just sad. I feel bad for the kid. I'm sure they'll come up with a cute nickname that someone can pronounce, but yeah. Honda E is about a size above a K car, like a Geo Metro. Yeah, it's really cute. It'd be a fun little city car. In my opinion, you wouldn't get a Volkswagen. Yep, it's not for everyone, especially if you're here in America. They don't sell a whole lot of Volkswagens here in America. They've shot themselves in the foot. Aaron has a good point. I was talking about their practices. Aaron says, I like to own what I buy. Tesla likes to own what you buy. Yep. It's a software company. This feels like a Zoom class. Good. Everyone loves Zoom classes. We're all having a great time. Thanks, Miguel. I'm a sci-fi junkie. I totally get that guy, and we're lucky to have him. I think he's done a lot of good things. Definitely changed the industry. Imagine how boring the industry, guys. Imagine how boring the industry would be right now if Tesla wasn't lighting a fire under everyone's butts. However, it's not just Tesla. Also, the governments are lighting a fire to everyone's butts to move technology forward, to move supposedly a cleaner future forward. Yeah, we'll see. We need cleaner batteries. We need recyclable batteries. Still, all this metal that's pulled out of the earth for cars, all these elements are pulled out of the earth. Cars are still horrible for the planet. I'm telling you. There's not a car out there that's going to plant trees and cultivate a garden or anything like that. Or yeah, you guys know what I mean. That's only the humans can do that. Only we can do that. Cleaner cars, there are cleaner cars. You can have a dirty Volkswagen TDI that's rolling coal on people. You know, no one in the right mind wants to breathe in diesel. No one does. But to say that electric cars are good for the environment is foolish. No car is good for the environment. Honda E is rear-wheel drive. I dig it. Yeah, Honda E is just freaking, it's cute. Rear-wheel drive, it can turn on a Like, it has a really small turning radius. PJ throwing me another $5. If you remove the cool factor and technology, Tesla is easily one of the worst car in the industry when it comes to fit and finish. I 100% agree. They've been called all out on that a million times. So many people. Starver Marvin says he's driving a 13 Corolla. There's nothing wrong with that, dude. It's an awesome car. He'll probably keep driving for another 10, 20 years. I'm astonished how the car industry goes forward, to be honest. Here's a question. How many of you guys buy your cars new? How many of you guys buy your cars new? Or if you have bought a new car, how many, like, have you bought just one, or usually are they pre-owned? The Model 3's been getting better in quality, and the Model Y, X, and X, what, S? Geez, I couldn't think of S. S, X, and Y are not good. Glory buys used. Able X buys new. Meme Central never bought a new car. Paro only buys new. DJ bought a new Golf with a $7,000 discount. Sounds like a good deal. Leo buys new cars. John likes buying used. Used then new. Pre-owned. So probably like a certified pre-owned IS, maybe Dennis. Michael bought 2 new cars. Tim bought a Q50 new, and it was brand new 2017 that he bought 2 years ago. Sean buys new and used depending on the vehicle. Leo buys new because he's lazy, and I don't blame you. I don't like working on cars that much either. I just don't like doing it. It's a lot of work. I don't want to have to get under a car. I've done it many times. I don't enjoy doing it. It's kind of satisfying though when you finish fixing that part of the car. I don't even like changing my own oil though. I can do it. It's not an issue. I just hate doing it. Just don't like doing it. I would much prefer doing maintenance on a motorcycle. A car is just too big. It's too heavy. But I probably wouldn't mind. And I used to have a motorcycle. I would change my own oil on it, etc. Lube the chain. I didn't mind it. Since it's smaller, it's easier to move around. You can put it up on a stand. It's not that much of a chore to maintain a motorcycle. And I feel it's a lot more enjoyable. But a car, just reaching over the hood or getting under the car, jacking it up. Yikes. It's a lot of work. And I feel you. I feel you, Leo. I feel you. I know there's a lot of people are tuners out there, and it makes them happy. That's awesome. To work on cars, to turn wrenches. That's cool. I'm glad there are people out there that do that, because I'm not that person, and I'm not going to put a supercharger on my car or anytime soon or anything like that. But thank God there are people that like to turn wrenches. I'm just not one of them. Dozen rice balls in the house. How long have I been going? Almost 2 hours. I'm probably going to wrap it up here at the top of the hour. I don't even know what time it is. Probably before the top of the hour. So probably less than 10 minutes from now. I'm getting tired. Yeah, just want to go to bed. I'm going to go to bed soon, guys. Gotta work. I want to work on my video tomorrow, which I'm going to talk about the Land Cruiser, I'm pretty sure. Unless there's some big news that comes out. I worked on a video for probably 5 or 6 hours today. And I just hated it. Hated it. Couldn't stand it. You say it's 5 hours down the drain. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about what's going on in Japan with plug-in hybrids and their electric cars. Learned a lot about what's going on with GM and their electric cars, etc. I just couldn't make a good video on it. Couldn't talk straight. It was a complete. And then the microphones, no joke, my microphone. I need a new laptop because this brand new, amazing Blue Yeti microphone just like was cutting out on my rig back there. I'm like, what the heck? So I went to edit the video and my audio just cut out. I'm like, I'm not going to refilm this for the 4th time. I was already struggling with my words. It was a crap show. Man, I was a hot mess this morning. Maybe I drank too much Starbucks. Got some bucks for the wife this morning. Maybe I drank too much. So maybe I just need to lay off on the caffeine for a while. Could be like over caffeinated. Dawson's like, dang, I missed a stream. It's fine if you leave now. I know it's fine. I know you're not going to be like offended if I leave anytime soon. The electric supercharger for the Prius. Well, that's what the like the Skyactiv cars are, kind of. Not really. It's so much different. But going forward, they're going to be similar. With electric supercharger, they have mild hybrid technology. They might go full hybrid technology though with Skyactiv and an electric supercharger. That would be weird. Gosh, Mazda's engine technology. I love how unconventional they are. Whether it's the rotary or Skyactiv X. They're just weirdos, man. Love it though. Put a 2J in the Sienna. Not gonna do it. I think it's got the 1MZ. Still running fine with all 220 horsepower? No, it doesn't have the 1MZ. I think it has the 2MZ. I'm tired. It's got the 3.3 liter. 3.3 liter. I can't even think right now, guys. Can't even put my thoughts together. Leo says release it anyway. I don't know if you want to see it, Leo. Release it anyways. What do you guys think? Do you want to watch the video that I am halfway done with? Do you want me to release it tomorrow? I felt like it was a crappy video. I couldn't talk straight. There's going to be... But if you guys want to see it, I've talked a lot. You guys probably do want to see it because I've talked a lot about how it's just a crap show. If you guys want to see it, say, I want to see it, or yes. If you don't want to see it, just put no. Most of you are going to say, yes, I want to see it. And then I'm going to force myself to finish editing it as I throw up because it's so bad. Go with my heart. My heart says no. My heart says no. I told my wife, I'm like, I just don't feel good about this video. It made me so angry. I haven't been that angry in a long time. It made me so angry filming that. Might cut out, as I found out in post-production. Had to refilm several times. You guys all want to see it? And just dub over the video and release it? No, that's too much work. Oh my gosh, you guys might kill me. You guys are trying to kill me. No, there's no naked people. You don't want to see that. Don't spam, you guys. Don't spam. Do you think they're going to make a 2022 FJ Cruiser? No, I don't. Wives are rational. Don't listen to them. The most rational people on the earth, I tell you. But my wife, she's actually, she out-rationalizes me most of the time. She's amazing. She is amazing. video will be like a Sharknado, but with poop. Probably, and lots of it. Sergeant Kobe, what's up, man? I'm about ready to sign off. I'm losing steam. I'm tired. The wife and kids are great. Thanks for asking. You may have heard me just talk about how amazing my wife is. She has a birthday coming up. Try to get my act together for that. Kids are healthy and happy and cute and a lot of energy. They're amazing. Where's the IS500? Oh, okay. This is gonna be the last thing I talk about before I leave you guys. I was talking about Lexus before. We were talking about the LF1. I'm not gonna talk about it again. IS500. Well, from what I hear, it's coming, and it doesn't have the twin turbo V6. It has the 2UR, the 5-liter V8 with 470 horsepower. Don't know when it's coming. Don't know for sure if it's coming, right? Hasn't been officially announced. That's just things I'm hearing. Take it for what it's worth. Take it with a grain of salt. But I'm feeling pretty good about it. My guess would be next summer when we see an IS500 with a V8. Probably the last time we'll see the 2UR. So that's just what I think. Get her a Tesla? No. She already has. Her favorite car is a Prius, and I just got her one this year, so she's fine. She's fine. Just go to bed. Stay safe. Yeah, it's that time. It's that time, guys. Yeah, LS500 V8. We'll see. We'll see. That's what I'm feeling. PJ's just throwing more money at me. God bless you, man. I bought a 16 Ultima over a Camry just because the monthly payment was cheaper. Now I feel like a clown. Don't feel like a clown. You did what you thought you needed to do at the time. You can always trade it, even though it's probably not going to be worth a whole lot. Camrys are going to hold their value a little bit better. I mean, monthly payment is important to a lot of people. Like, I've worked at a car dealership, even at a Lexus dealership. Car payment is extraordinarily important to people, whether you're a millionaire or you make 30 grand a year. Car payment is extremely important to people, and if it fit your budget at the time, don't regret your decision, man. Drive that Ultima as long as you can. Hopefully the transmission stays strong in it. Those Jackos are a little flaky, but don't feel bad about it. Don't have regrets. And you can also get a different car in the future. Just try to pay that one off as soon as possible, so you don't have, a lot of negative equity in it. Try to pay down those payments if you are still making monthly payments on it. So, like Nissans, I feel like would be a better car to lease. So you may have leased it, but I don't think you would regret, just based on you're having some regrets. It sounds like you purchased a car. But leasing, I would not worry too much about reliability when it comes to leasing, because you're under warranty the whole time. Get some rest and release the funky video tomorrow. I'll sleep on it. How about that? Of course, PJ. And everyone else, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Beef Creator Last Thing says, can you do a video on the Renault Nissan Mitsubishi Alliance? I've done a lot of videos on it. There's some news today from Ushida, the president of Nissan, and he talks a lot about the alliance. I kind of just skimmed through it. It was really boring for me to talk about. They share a lot of things, but they're also very independent. It's the best way to put it. I don't know. They're a team, and none of them are doing that well from my understanding. So, all right, guys. E200 AMG loves a channel from Japan. Well, brother, maybe one day I'll go over there and visit you. I definitely have on my vision board here pictures of Japan. That I was going to go to the Tokyo Motor Show next year, but that has been canceled. So that sucks. And I don't think I'll be going to Japan as early as I wished. But I will go, and it'd be awesome to meet up with subscribers while I'm over there. I got Mount Fuji up there. I have Kyoto. Yeah, there's a lot of places in this world I want to visit. Japan is right up there at the top. So, guys, have a good night. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Peace out. I guess that's what I say on every video, so it's kind of stupid, but take care of yourselves and peace out.